Hello there, world of tankers, and welcome to the channel. I'm your host, Droodles Blitz, and in today's video, I am going to be playing in the top 3 light tanks in Blitz. And let's get straight into it. Starting off, we have the WZ 132-1 in the 3rd place position. I would rank this tank higher, but the problem is that it's incredibly skill-based, and because of that, I'm going to have to leave it in the current position. Now, the WZ-132-1 has a lot of amazing capabilities. First of all, it has gear oil, which increases your top speed by 4 kilometers per hour in forwards and reverse. So this vehicle can go over 70 kilometers per hour, and reverse is at 27, which is incredible. Actually, it's 28 because it's 24 base. So this thing is crazy quick. And then the vehicle has great heat pen at 339. The vehicle is AP standard, which is super nice, cuts through most armor. Oh, and don't forget that this tank has the most view range in tier 10 at 328.2 meters. The next highest you can achieve is in the Boschation 25 ton, which has 310 base. If you're running vents, though, you can get an additional 10 meters of view range to 320. But still, this tank has just insane amounts of view range. And this is obviously great because it allows you to outspot every other opponent that you're going to run into. Now, there are downsides of this vehicle, and that's why it's not in the number 1 position. The downsides are terrible gun depression, 5 degrees, that's it. Even though it could easily have more, and I still think that Wargaming should give it 7 degrees, it only has 5. Which means that when you are playing this tank, especially in or on a map like Normandy or Canyon, really any map that requires just a little bit of flexibility, it's very tricky to work this tank, and you have to think outside the box. So that's something to keep in mind. But as I mentioned, the other characteristics of the vehicle are so good that it definitely makes up for it. For example, this vehicle has adaptive concealment, which not only allows you to know who you spotted, but when you are spotted. And that's incredible information. Also, it lets you get unspotted 3 seconds faster, which is, again, really, really good. So this tank has a lot of great capabilities going for it all around, and I can definitely say in a skilled player's hands, this is a tank you want to be scared of. 6.7 second reload for a pretty big 360 damage per shot. So, let's see what we can do here. I am going to make my way to start this game off over to this crossing. And obviously with the amount of view range oh, well, that's not what I want. Here we go. That's a little bit better, but with the amount of view range I have, I should be able to spot anything that tries crossing over here. Oh, actually we didn't. Oh, well, I guess it's a T100. It beat me. It beat me over to this position, so that's not too surprising. Well, this is bad. Our Sheridan has decided that he's going to YOLO the T100 for some reason, and because of that, Sheridan's going to lose this fight. He does shoot the T100, and I'm going to have to make my way over here. Oh, well, we get him cleared. But now we got a Boschation over here, which is obviously something else that I have to be incredibly... Oh, that made literally 0 sense whatsoever. And the bat chat hits me once, and oh, I'm trying to hit him. There you go. We hit him back, and we're just wasting his time at this point. Wasting his time so that we can get our shells, obviously. We have single shot DPM, the bat chat doesn't. And he's decided that he no longer wants to fight me because the Progetto rushed in. Interesting game. Very, very interesting. That is the entire enemy team spotted right there, so we can easily poke this K91 and get an easy 350 damage shot. And we're going to reload again, and 3, 2, 1. Oh. Now, the accuracy on this tank is actually pretty good, so we just got unlucky that our shell ended up missing there. There you go. 363. We can see the Conway is looking at us, but I'm not really worried about that because we obviously feature that super, super good mechanic. Let's see. Our Progetto is going to back off, and I'm going to move. Okay, there's the Conway. He moved. Ah. Really? Really? We got hatched by the Rhino. Well then. As I always say, it doesn't matter how skilled you are, RNG's gonna ruin your fun sometimes. Now we got the Chieftain crossing. We get a 318 damage shell into him, and it's not looking great for our team right now. To be fair, it is winnable. We have the Progetto. Oh, well, the Progetto just nuked himself. That's definitely taking away from the winning capabilities of our team here. Let's see, we have the E3, and I'm going to aim in on that E3's lower plate. Nope, not able to hit it from that angle. K91's going to push up through mid, and the Conway's all the way up top. And that is pretty bad, if I'm going to be entirely honest. We have the E3, we got the K91. I'm hoping that the Waffle... Okay, okay. Come on, Waffle. Thank you. K91 misses one shot, and I'm just gonna use my mobility to the best of its capabilities here. K91 has one more shell, so he shoots me with it. Conway's still off to my flank, obviously. He gets cleared, and now we're going to aim it on the rear of the E3. Of course, shell doesn't end up penning. Man, my luck sucks today, doesn't it? Alright, well, let's aim it on the E3 again. And unfortunately, my teammate does die. Even though our gun kind of trolled the crap out of us this game, we still had a pretty solid result when you actually add everything together. 3,965 damage. We did a really good job. Unfortunately, some of our shots just didn't go where I exactly wanted them to go, and that was really unfortunate, especially that shell on the lower plate of the K91 just being a bit delayed. But 3,965 damage, obviously top on the team. Our Sheridan YOLO'd in and died immediately when he should have waited. I didn't know what was going to the corner, and he just kind of YOLO'd it. I mean, unfortunate, I guess, right? But we did the best we could, and you can see a great example of where the WZ just feels great. The mobility's fantastic, the DPM's great, the alpha damage feels nice, and the accuracy's pretty good. I mean, the base accuracy is .308, so as I said, we just got unlucky with some of those shots there. There's not really much else to say about it. And that brings us to the second place light tank, which is the Sheridan. Now, the Sheridan has a lot of stupid capabilities. First of all, it has 350 millimeters of heat, making this the highest heat pen medium light tank. Not only that, the vehicle has a whopping 570 damage per shot, 690 on the high explosive, it's got 10 degrees of gun depression, and a surprising 2,500 DPM. You might say that's pretty low. It's actually the lowest for a medium or light tank in the game. But you have to remember that this tank does 570 damage per shot, which means that you still have decent DPM if you add that 570 to the 2,500 base DPM. Not only that, but this tank is accurate for what it is, and it's covered in spaced armor, meaning that you can't high explosive pen it at all. A lot of the light tanks are pretty easy to HE pen, especially something like the Batchat. If you're in a tank that has a 150mm cannon, a Bosch Ation, I'm aiming high explosive on if I have the opportunity, especially the rear. This tank, even the rear of it, is covered in spaced armor. Now, there are certain weak spots that you can pen it with high explosive, but in general, it's really tricky. And because of that, this tank gets away with a lot more than it really should. So we are going to see just exactly what we can do in this battle. We are going to make our way to the crossing, and I would hope that the 54E1 crosses. I'd also hope the T22 does, but Sheridan Pen does struggle a bit with T22 armor just because of the way it's designed. But we're going to chill right here, and we're going to see if we can get that shell out. Come on. Come on. Oh, there you go. T22 spotted, and bonk. 588. And that's why the Sheridan's so stupid, because if somebody makes a misplay, you don't punish them for 300. You punish them for a whopping 600 sometimes. And that is a huge chunk of damage when you think about it. I could have actually shot that Kron, but I kind of hesitated just because I wanted to see if they had any tank destroyers like this Waffle. So the Waffle backs up. Unfortunately, the accuracy did let us down a bit there. We actually didn't get spotted, surprisingly, though. I mean, we've got two heavies here. They should be able to... Oh, never mind. That's bad. That's really, really bad. Okay, well, trying to think of exactly... Great. Oh, boy. This is not ideal. I mean, one of their tanks does die, but, again, not ideal. The U-100's in the back. Oh boy, why did our whole team go to this corner? I cannot tell you, but it's not good. It's not good. Okay, well, there's the Chieftain, and let's just hope the Chieftain... He does hit me, but you know what? I hit him back a lot harder, with help from my teammate there. Okay, well, the 50 TP's trying to hold. The Kron's still doing the best he can. We're just going to reload, and we're going to see if I can get another shell out, and I'm going to load gold to guarantee the pen. Pretty good. Pretty good stuff so far, but this is not a good team. We might be having loss after loss after loss for today's video. We're going to hope that our TVP gets some decent bleeds out, but at the end of the day, it's Blitz, and our teammates are not the best. We get the clear into that Kron, and oh, we got the Chieftain on our side. We got the Waffle on our flank as well. Not ideal right now. We're going to reload. 3, 2, 1, and see ya. There you go. That alpha damage allowing us to get a very easy clear onto that player. Again, The damage per shot this tank features is incredible. And it feels so nice to be able to chunk somebody for a massive amount of their HP and just back in the cover like nothing even happened. Now we know that the waffle's back there. We actually did not get spotted from that waffle, which is very interesting. They only have 3 tanks left, so we are going to win this game. It was a bit sus, definitely a bit sus, but it's going to be a win. So we're going to maneuver our way right over here, and there's the waffle running. There you go, 565 into his tank, and that puts us up to 2,800 damage. Again, you can see how, like, yeah, the DPM's not anything spectacular, but you don't really require damage per minute in this tank because of everything else you feature. So the waffle's all the way in the back, and we're going to aim in right on the C100. Ah, he turned his dirt at the last second. It was literally, like, the last second. Unfortunate. All right, well, we're going to reload. 3, 2, 1, and we are still going to get a 430 damage shot, which isn't too bad. That puts us over 3,000. You can see why the Sheridan's such a chill tank. Like, yes, it does have downsides, but the upsides of the alpha damage, the mobility, and the fact that it's covered in spaced armor allow it to just get away with really whatever it wants. And we saw, even in this game, where it wasn't very good for us, we were still able to deal a solid amount of damage. We were able to hold, bleed, and win. Look at that, 3,500. And that really just wasn't that challenging of a battle. It's crazy what this tank gets away with. And it also has a lot of view range. It has way more view range than the Vickers Light and the T100 LT. It's at 310 meters. It's actually the same as the Batchat, but I am running improved optics, and I'm also running vents, which, as I mentioned, gives me 10 meters of extra view range. So the Batchat actually has the same view range as the Sheridan, but you have to sacrifice your pen in this vehicle. And that brings us to the #1 tank, at least in my opinion. It is still the Bashation. Why? Well, first of all, it's an autoloader, which features 3,220 DPM. That makes this one of the highest damage per minute autoloaders in Tier 10, only behind the FE4005. Not only does it have great DPM, its accuracy is pretty good at .315, its aiming time is great, the vehicle has solid pen, 240 on the standard, 295 APCR. To be fair, you could run Cali and get 260 on the standard and 310 on the APCR, but as I mentioned, I'd rather have that view range. It's just a big advantage. The Balshation's incredibly fast, reaching a top speed of 65, and the best part of it all is that it has shell reload boost, meaning that you can rip out that damage 30% faster. And notice how shell reload boost lasts for 26 seconds? Well, if I'm running high on consumables, that boosts it up to 26. This tank's clip reload is only 14 seconds, and the dumping time is only around 4-ish seconds, 3.9. So if you add all that together, it means it only takes around 17 seconds to dump a full clip when activating your shell reload boost, and then get another clip loaded. Which means you can actually shoot 2 full clips in the Bashation before your shell reload boost wears out. That is insane. That's actually insane. It gives you a huge DPM buff, and yeah, obviously allows you to get away with quite a bit. I mean, shell reload boost is literally adrenaline for autoloaders, and that's what it's able to do, is just give you these huge damage output bonuses. So we are going to start this game off by putting ourselves right into the spot here. It would not surprise me if that WZ-132-1 on the enemy team decided to push themselves into mid there. It's a very common spot for people that are in decent clans. I don't go there personally, because I'd much rather spot this crossing. There you go, we already spotted an enemy TVP. We also have the Foch detected. We got 1 shell into the Foch, 2 shells into the Foch, and just like that, we've taken 557 health off that player. It's a great example of where the auto-loading capabilities of this tank are just super, super nasty. So we're going to reload again, and we're going to push back right into the spot here. And hopefully we don't get detected. I don't know where their team is. I mean, they have, obviously, the TVP, which I could shoot, and you know what? Okay, that was a bad shot for me. But there's 1, 2, and I'm going to back up. Not worth. Oh, we got the WZ over here. Why are we sitting in the open? I don't know. I don't know why he's getting away with that, but we'll see. I'm just going to chill right here. WZ's poking, and 3, 2, 1. Okay, that shell literally went nowhere. That sucks. The Foch is not doing very hot, though. They have an Emil 2 all the way in their spawn. Okay. I don't like this at all. This is bad. I mean, our team has the corner one. The problem is the rest. So I'm going to maneuver over here, and I'm going to leave, and then try and help out with like the Emil 2, for example, and the U100. So let's see if I can get some damage out into this. And there's one shell for 240, two shells, he's dead. We got the U100 all the way in the back. We're just going to reload the clip, and then I should be able to get some nasty damage into this U100. Let's see. And E100's looking. I don't know where he's looking, actually, but I don't want to be the one that gets shot, so I'm going to wait for him to look at my teammate. And we're going to get one pen into the E100 track wheel, two pens into his lower plate, and three pens getting the clear on him. So just like that, we've done a lot of damage already. We've done 2,128, and we reload. We can see that the boss shot, or not the boss shot, the WZ is right in the open, and we're going to reload on this WZ, and we're going to aim in a HE shell. There's one 370 damage shell, two 366. That's a lot of damage into you, buddy. Oh, we bounced the Badger. Don't really care, though. We're just going to back up. There's no way the Badger hits me. The tank is incredibly inaccurate. So far, we've done pretty good. And there you go. The Foch gets shot. Oh, and the Foch dies. Okay. Well, let's reload. And 3, 2, 1. We got our shell reload boost active. There's one. There's two. Oh, we missed the third. And we don't... Oh, actually, no. We don't get the fourth out. But it doesn't really make a difference at this point. The Badger's already low. And the rest of their team's not doing too hot either. We're just going to reload, and we're going to get our clip back. And this is what I was talking about with shell reload boost lasting 2 clips. We're able to get 1 shell out. Not able to get any more, though. That 50 TP is making a rather interesting play. Really. Okay, well, we have the TVP in front of us. TVP shoots me once. And you know what, TVP? You want to shoot me? Let's go. See ya. There you go. Easy clear. And now we reload again. I mean, this is why this tank feels so good. The clipping potential is amazing. The DPM, as I said, is great. And the shell reload boost just is the cherry on top. We're just going to wait for that 50 TP to deal with that over there. Oh, we got the Badger in the back. And honestly, I'm just going to poke the Badger and aim it on his lower plate. We get 1 pen and 2. Oh, we bounced that one. Unfortunate. We aim it on his lower plate again. We get a 3rd and 4th. There you go. I don't even care if I died. Honestly, the Badger now has 190 health left, and our T-22 just needs to get the clear on him. And our T-22 should be skilled enough to get that pen. Just pen him in the lower plate, please. What are we doing? Oh my rat, bro. It's incredible to watch people play this game sometimes, but the T-22 does get the kill. Don't worry, guys. Fudpucker in the Emil 2 has decided to start moving. I need to check that guy's stats. I don't think that player was AFK. I think that player actually thought they were doing something in that spot. We ended up dealing 5,111 damage and got a first class and a pretty solid finish. This is why the Bosch Option feels so good. The mobility, the clipping potential, the DPM, everything about it is incredible. And because of that, it just allows you to dominate the game as you play. That guy's actually a 53%er. But, yeah, I really like this tank. I think it's fantastic. I mean, just with 2 shots alone, we were able to take 739 off that WZ, H-ing him in the rear. We played it smart, we played it pass, and we were able to win. So I know, obviously, everybody has their own opinions on what they think is the best tank and blah, 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 but I can tell you for a fact that in a skilled player's hands, the Bosch Option 25 ton, as we can see from my statistics in it, are pretty solid. And same for the WZ-132-1. This is another fantastic light tank. 17 games, 3,974 average damage in. And the Sheridan, which is just one of the most brain dead tanks ever, 3,600 average as well. So these are really easy tanks to drive, but man, can you do well in them. Hopefully you enjoyed today's video, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye-bye!